Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Finding Harris over the middle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Baker Mayfield is sacked.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Smith on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Smith on the keeper.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Escaping. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Deion Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's got matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. He'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
To Julio Jones.
The numbers for Jones a week ago, well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up on Rashawn Lattimore. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Deion Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Defense shows blitz. Mayfield finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Mo Alley Cox. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
32-yard line.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Deion Jones. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and long for Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
Incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Hilliard. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Dontrell Hilliard.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Open man here is Foster.
The pass.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a carry here for Hilliard. Down to the 25. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll run. It's Hilliard. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Pick up there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Is good. Makes the score Falcons 3, Saints nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this carries into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25.
Heading back out, Baker Mayfield, as we call up our player spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Throwing, Mayfield, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
3rd down and 13.
Now Mayfield. And Wilson has it. And all the way down to the 29. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Smith catches left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back night. Plays 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons.
Atlanta.
A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will make it into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mayfield to throw it. The open man is Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The sack by Jordan Willis.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So you're
now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
$14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on 1st down. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Will Lutz to kick off.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the train